వాళ్ళకి బ్యాక్ చేయండి. All of the things come here. Observe. All observers. Okay. Of course, he will give the instructions to the local audience. After that, demonstrate. And you can take them also. So that any doubt in their language, he can. Readiness has to be checked before we start. Start signal. So once started, it is 55 minutes. Right? कंपटीशन में किए अपनी जर्मन लोटे आवा उधर देख ना तो कंपटीशन में किए मेरी चीज़ वर्कस्टेशन हाया क्लासिकल लती ना तो हाई दिन एक कमा एक ग्रुप पे करने बैठे फिर हाई दिन आगा आने ग्रुप फिगर वाला ऑलरेडी ग्रुप या खाते लती तो इस बार में क्या करता हमारे वाला के बात नंबर का मैंने मेरी दिन नंबर का दिया है नंबर के हमारे वाला के नंबर का जैसे ये नंबर का आईडी नंबर इधर बात से ये आईडी नंबर के वाला करती वाला अनिवार्य में वर्कशॉप पे कर पढ़ाने का कंपटीशन में पढ़ाने का मैं नारे तीन काली है विले इन वाला विले नहीं जैसे वाला कोई बात आने पा किटोड वाला इनकम पर आपको मैं हाथराक की तरह आना वा प्रोग्राम में की वर अरे उधर पालन टाइप के विशेषण क्या है ऑलरेडी ईएसडी के ना बताने थे अनेक कंपनी वालों को उन्होंने केला ईएसडी क्या है नॉलेज क्या करके एक रावाज उपकरण की तरह दिया थी जो वाला ओवरऑल लेका आरंग इंडिकेट जो ना मांगे आदर से क्या आगे उधरा निकल में ईएसडी कोड है क्या तो हम आरंग लेवल दिना ईएसडी कोड है पुरानी तरह ईएसडी मटेरियल ගලස් තියෙනවා ඊපස්සේ මැට් එක ලින්ක් සහ USB උපකරණ ටික උතන දාලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒවා පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕන. ඒවට කම්පිටිෂන් එකේ ලකුණු දෙනවා. ඒක වලින් ඉන්ස්ට්‍රක්ෂන් කලින් එවලා තිබ්බා. You have to you can just distribute participants please stay in front of the referee there. You have to ඔබට ඔයාලගේ හැම වෙලාවෙම ඔබ්සර්වර් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. යා අනවශ්‍ය දේවල් කැප්චර් දාන්න ඕන. මොනවා ESC accessories කියලා තියෙනවා. ESC ගාවස් band මේවා විතර තියෙනවා. හරියට ටෙස්ට් කරන්න ඕනවා. You should not take it for the tip and then transfer it. ඊට අමතරව ID number එක ඔයාලා hand over කරද්දී ID number එක observe විදිහට අලවන ඔයාලගේ ID number එකේ දාලා temporary compliance of the institution එක ඔයාලගේ assemble කරපු PCB එකේ අලවන. මේක IPC class 3 criteria එක තමයි inspection කරන්නේ. ඊටසේ අපි ඔබ්සර්ව් කරනවා. ඔබ්සර්ව් කරනවා. ඊට අමතරව වෙනම ජජ්මන්ට් එකක් තියෙනවා. IPC ආන්සර් කැටගරි එක. එයා තමයි ජජ්මන්ට් එක. මේක වෙනවා. ඊටසේ ඊළඟ they are specifically mentioned for blue hole. They are not supposed to do that. So final so in this competition you are going to use JBC. So let me explain the basics of JBC. What because you need to operate the machine, right? So I just take one machine here. So the station power on switch is, you can come closer. So the station power on switch is on back side. So once you power on, you can able to see the home page. Let me remove the tape also. So this is the home page you are going to see. Okay, and this will be on no tools. It will show you no tool message. Okay, so you have 5 different tips which is recommended by IPC for this competition, because you are going to do different varieties of components. So we have provided 5 different tips. So you can able to choose any of these tips at your convenience. Basically it depends upon the component size or what kind of components you are going to solder. You can use the tips. For loading the tip, it is very simple. Just IPC එක අනුව දැන් මේකේ tools වර්ග 5ක් දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර අපි එක එක වර්ගවල සමානට solder joint හදන්න තියෙනවා. يعني THG වලට වෙනම, SMP වලට වෙනම, ඒ වගේ fine pitch තියෙනවා. ඒතර ඒ අනුව මේ tool එක select කරගෙන අපිට solder කරන්න පුළුවන්. සමහරවිට general tip එකකින් සමහර ඒවා solder කරන්න බෑ. ඒතර අපි tip එක ඒ අදාළ අවස්ථාව අනුව වෙනස් කරනවා. ඒතර ඒක වෙනස් කරන විදිහ කියලා දෙයි ඒක බලා ගන්න ඕනේ. Because tip selections is really important. If you are selecting the tip proper size, you can able to transfer the heat effectively. In general, if the pad size is bigger and if you are using a small size of tip, you may need higher time to solder the components. So in the either you need higher time or you need higher temperature. Within the time or within the temperature, you may damage the PCB or even the components internally. That's why tip selections is really important. According to the pad size or according to the component size, just select your tip at your convenience. දැන් මේකේ solder tip එක එක size කියලා තියෙනවානේ. එතකොට සමහරවිට අපි PCB එකේ ලොකු pad එකක් තියද්දි small tip එකක් පාවිච්චි කරොත් PCB එක damage වෙන්න පුළුවන් සහ ගොඩක් වෙලාව යනවා. ඒ soldering කියන්නේ point එක heat වෙන්න. එතකොට ඒක වලක්ව ගන්න අපි කරන්නේ ඒ අදාළ pad එකේ size එකට හරියන tip එකක් තෝරගන්න. ඉතින් ඒක නිසා තමයි variety of වෙනස් sizes වල tip තියලා තියෙන්නේ. And also in this competition, you are going to use mainly the leaded solder wire. So hopefully you all aware of the melting point of leaded. Melting point of typical leaded alloy is around 183 degrees Celsius. So most of the soldering joints you can able to do with 300 degrees Celsius to 315 degrees Celsius. So try to keep the possible lowest temperature, which is also recommended in IPC standards. Don't go for very high temperature. Of course, in higher temperature, you may think that you can do the job faster, but you are going to damage the PCB or components, or you may change the metallurgy property of the alloy also. ඔයාලා සෝල්ඩර් කරන්න යන්නේ ලෙඩ් සෝල්ඩර් වලින්. ඒතර ලෙඩ් වල මෙල්ටිං පොයින්ට් එක 183 තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයාලා දන්නවා ගොඩාක් හයි ටෙම්පරේචර් එකක් මෙල්ටිං මේ ලෙඩ් වලට ඕන වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 300 ප්ලස් ඒ කියන්නේ 300 ඒ කියන්නේ 300 315යි අතර සෝල්ඩර් ඒ කියන්නේ ටෙම්පරේචර් එකක් ඇති මේ සෝල්ඩර් එක උණු වෙලා හොඳට සෝල්ඩර් වෙන්නේ. හරි?
Okay. Then changing of the tip. So you just select the handle, hold the equipment with your one hand, just put the hand and insert the handle and just make a gentle push. So you can see a arrow mark here. Until that it needs to be inserted. Just a gentle push. That's it. Okay. So for removing, same way you just hold the equipment and put it in the slot and pull. So this can be done in power on condition. You don't want to switch off the machine or nothing required to do. So just if you want to change the tip, just put here in the slot, insert and make a gentle push. And after that you can able to see the temperature is already detected and it is already in 300 degrees Celsius. So equipment takes only 2 seconds or 3 seconds to reach any set temperature. It is very faster because it's a cartridge model, so it reaches very faster. So for removing, just put here. That's it. Okay? Second you want to explain?
මේක තේරුණානේ? මේ ගලවන්න පාවිච්චි කරන්න කියන්නේ දැන් මෙතන
explain that which side is the correct side, otherwise they will be inserted in the same way.
It's okay, sir. You can put it on any slot, sir. That's not a problem. You mean to say this?
No, this direction is
okay. Okay. See, you can see both sides maybe, but in the top you have different sizes of the tip. So this is the soldering area. This is the connection area. So you just drop in this way here and make use of your handle, insert it and make a gentle push. That's it. Okay. So if you want to change some tip, take it from here and put it in the slot. So just remove it and make use of the slots. Gentle push. That's it. Clear? Everyone? Clear?
මේක තේරුණාද?
And
මේක
clear about it? Yeah.
තේරුණාද?
Clear? So once after removing the tip, even at hot condition, you can hold the tip. It is around 200 degrees Celsius. You cannot able to touch here, but this part is insulated. You can able to still touch. So if you want to put here, just pick like this, and you can put. You don't touch here. This is hot. This is really hot. So you can touch in this portion. Clear?
දැන් මේක දැන් මේ හරිය හොට් මෙතනින් උඩ ඔයාට අල්ලන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? අල්ලලා මේකෙන් මෙතනින් මේ විදිහට දාන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ වෙන ටිප් එකක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා නම් මේ විදිහට අරගෙන මෙතන තියලා ඊට පස්සේ
Right? Right?
පැහැදිලිද මොනවද ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද?
Clear? Can we start?
ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද?
You will be observing number 1. Leroy Pereira.
Yeah.
Number 2. You will be observing number 2. Kindly take position. Mudita. Number 3. Susanta 4. Asun Namarsinga. 5. And Mr. Ravindra 6. So all the
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I would like to warmly welcome you all for this industry networking event and technical workshop on electronic assembly. Alongside with today's chief guest, Mr. Kingsley Bernard. He's the chairman and CEO of EDB, and Mr. Gaurab Majumdar, who's the executive director of IPC India, and all other distinguished guests from other various entities. As you already know, we are here today witnessing the final competition of hand soldering competition organized by IPC alongside with EDB and University of Moratuwa in participation with 10 Sri Lankan EMS companies. This year, we have been conducting this competition with 24 altogether competitors for 2023. The most important factor is the winner on today's event will represent Sri Lanka for the world competition in this year also in Munich, Germany. So that's a biggest plus point for Sri Lanka as well. So moving on with today's agenda. So next up will be the address by today's chief guest, Mr. Kingsley Bernard. Speaking of Mr. Bernard, he had an illustrious career spanning over 3 decades in the corporate sector, holding numerous responsible positions in export-related entities. He's no stranger to the EDB, having been its director marketing during the early 90s, in which period he was involved in holding highly successful international exhibitions, Expo 92 and Expo 94. The EDB chairman is acclaimed for his noteworthy contributions to the development of exports in Sri Lanka, having held the positions of management consultant of Sri Lanka Export Credit Insurance Corporation, Vice President of the Exporters Association of Sri Lanka, the Ceylon Chamber. During his stint as CEO of Dankotua Porcelain PLC, the company was adjudged the most outstanding export of the year for 3 consecutive years at the NCE Export Awards. Mr. Bernard also served as a visiting lecturer at the postgraduate faculty of the University of Colombo from 1989 to 2008, and was also a visiting lecturer at Postgraduate Institute of Management at the University of Java, Adanapura, University of Kelaniya, and University of Open University of Sri Lanka as well. So this is my invitation to you, sir, Mr. Kingsley Bernard, to address the gathering.
Very good morning to you. We have still 10 minutes to say good morning. Distinguished guests from IPC India, including their Executive Director, Mr. Gaurav Majumdar. I don't know whether I have pronounced your name properly. President, Sri Lanka Electronics Manufacturers and Exporters Association, Dr. Pascal. And the head of the department, Dr. Ranga Rodrigo. Members of the Sri Lanka Electronics Manufacturers and Exporters Association, and my colleagues from EDB, ladies and gentlemen, and also I can see some of the undergraduates maybe from the University of Moratuwa. You all are very welcome to this meeting, and let me welcome you to the hand soldering competition and electronic assembly workshop, which is organized and conducted by IPC India with the support of Sri Lanka Export Development Board and Sri Lanka Electronic Manufacturers and Exporters Association. And also I must pay a tribute to the University of Moratuwa at this point of time for lending their facilities to conduct this session. And I appreciate the technical and financial assistance provided by IPC India and Slimia in making this event a reality. This is an important event for Sri Lanka's electrical and electronic sector, which is one of the fast-growing sectors in our country. I strongly believe that we have not tapped the full potential of this sector yet. The goal of this program is to assist Sri Lankan electrical and electronic companies to adopt best practices, upskill and reskill the workforce, and to impart knowledge on regulatory compliances and maintain industry standards, especially when exporting such products. Over the years, electronic and electrical industry in Sri Lanka has advanced steadily and significantly, despite negative environmental factors such as COVID, pandemic, economic hardships, and political uncertainty. The sector has grown around 25% annually, year on year, during the period 2015 to 2022. And our appreciation and thanks to all the stakeholders of this sector, especially to the skilled workforce and the entrepreneurial skills of our companies in this sector. Due to geographic and other advantages, and especially of skilled engineering technology area, the workforce of Sri Lankan electronic and electrical sector has the advantage and given us the competitive edge in producing our products or presenting our products to international markets. Now, if you look at the product sectors, I think we have still a lot of opportunities to diversify our products. Now, in the olden days, unless you produce the entire product, you don't have any chance. But the days are gone now, those days are gone now, and we have the ability and the know-how to produce certain component products aiming at different levels of the value chain. Thanks to IT and other developments, we are able to do that. So I think this is one advantage in our promoting this sector. And also when we saw the workshop today, I think we are doing exactly that. I think Executive Director of IPC will vouch for that. Then if you look at certain industries, if you look at the automobile industry, Toyota is a world car. So if you look at the parts which are going into the car, all are coming from different countries, different nationalities are making those. So therefore, a lot of components are there, a lot of workmanship is involved, but it's one unit. So therefore, we have that facility and we are in a position to exploit that opportunity as a small country, because for Sri Lanka, it is always, the approach has to be niche marketing and going up market. So therefore, if you can identify the right niches in the market, and also if you can match the requirement of those niches to high tech products, I think we will be winners. So I think this should be the approach. If you look at the Sri Lankan electronic and electrical sector, EEC, which employs more than 38,000 skilled workers and rank 5th in terms of their earnings, the value of exports into the country, which stands right now at around US dollars 480 plus in 2022. Now, I have a strong feeling that we can improve this figure. And it has a much higher potential to contribute to our Sri Lanka's export basket. Now, if you look at a lot of issues we are experiencing today in this country, by only taking loans from different organizations, we might not be able to put our country in the right track unless you earn your own dollars. So this is one direct way of earning dollars is through exports. So therefore, this is a basic factor, and if you tackle the problem so conceptually right and in basics, using basics, then our development is assured. If you try to put plasters here and there, it might not be very useful. So therefore, if you can develop our exports, and if you have a good foundation to do that, if you facilitate our exporters and manufacturers, then we will be winners one day. Maybe it might take 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. The time is decided on how efficiently and productively you implement your programs. Then original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, and electronics manufacturing service, EMS, providers make up the majority of the business. Currently, our major destinations are Switzerland, Germany, Japan, United States, United Kingdom, Hong Kong, China, and India, the country which is helping us in a great way in developing this business. We need to diversify our products, components, portfolio, and markets. We need to find niche markets, as I mentioned earlier, and also we have to upgrade the skills of our manufacturing sector. Whilst thanking IPC India again, I would like to express my best wishes to all who are part and parcel of this exercise today during this hand shouldering competition. I saw they are participating very enthusiastically in this workshop. All credit should go to IPC for leading us, and also our association. And EDB, as you all know, is the apex organization in facilitating export performance of our exporters. We have multiple roles, and also we are open to always your new ideas. And also we are an organization which will change due to the requirements of the industry and the country. So therefore, we are open to change. Without change, I don't think that we can gain success. So therefore, with that few thoughts, I would like to again wish all of you a very fruitful and useful workshop. Thank you very much. And let me also thank my all my own officers for organizing this. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kingsley Bernard. That was Chairman and CEO, Sri Lanka Export Development Board. So as you know, the competition is still going on. So we will be moving on with the competition, and we'll meet you again at in the evening, 2 o'clock, for the industry network event in the same place. So until then, have a pleasant day ahead.